live from the Unity Station NTA Channel 5. Yes, we have another guest with us in the studio this morning to talk about the dividends of democracy. Yes, 25 years of unbroken democracy. We have every reason to say congratulations to Nigeria, and we have every reason to celebrate. Yes, do not look at the other side, look at the gains around democracy, and that is what we will be focusing on this morning. And I have a political analyst with me in the studio this morning. Help me welcome Hassan Sadauna to the show. Mr. Hassan, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you,
Yes.
Madam Deborah, for having me this morning.
You're welcome. We want to talk about the dividends of democracy.
Yeah.
First of all, I didn't see you yesterday that we really celebrated, but
Yeah.
I'm seeing you today, which is the next day. I can still tell you happy democracy.
Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Now, talk to us about 25 years of unbroken democracy in Nigeria. How far?
Thank you very much. Once you happen to be a citizen of this country, you know that you have a 25 years unbroken democracy, which has given Nigeria and Nigerians enormous advantages over the other years during the military junta.
Yes.
It is a time where a lot of citizens have gotten more advantage, opportunities to participate, to move and to be a progressive in mind and fiscal activities. Let me come to explain and analyze this word that I'm trying to propose. In the first place, when democracy came 1999, after a very difficult time of 6 to 7 years of June 12th,
yes,
you must remember that a lot of heroes has fallen. People like what do we call it, General Shehu Yaradua, people like MK Abiola, who was the mother and the father and the architect of June 12th,
yes,
and his wife, Kudrat Abiola. A lot of people you can mention. Remember people like Gani Fawenhemi. But when they are swayed and the time taken to liberate a lot of people involved in that struggling, in the present day, there are some people who I knew from the north, people like Senator Sheikh Husani. He was among the Dant Nadekos and others, and the present governor of Kaduna State, Ubasani. And I think we have to celebrate that what do we call it, have not went in vain their struggles. So when you come to this 25 years uninterrupted democracy in Nigeria, our democracy of 25 years is better and bigger than the 60 years of democracy in United States of America. Yes, because you must understand that a person, a child of nobody, today is somebody during this democratic setup.
Yes.
I can give you an example. Somebody who started as a deputy governor, a governor, a vice president, indeed a president of Nigeria, and is here retired as a happy citizen and a politician who is now a statesman and a leader in Nigeria. That is Dr. Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. One cannot deny him. And you can understand what he did when he lost as a sitting president. If not a democracy, who will give a son of nobody an opportunity to be a president? From the rank of deputy governor to a president of Nigeria. Go back to other ways. You can see, go to the membership. That is the chambers, green chambers, red chambers, that is the House of Reps, Senate. You will see children of nobody becoming somebody. When you go on, even today, the Senate president, who is he, who is his father, who is his grandfather? We can talk about that. Unlike before, where you will see that the only people that will participate and gain about the dividends of governance and government will be someone who come from a proletarian class of family. But today it's not like that. When we are talking about ourselves, you will see a participation in all angles from diversity in Nigerian citizens. Let me tell you, you will understand that when you come to a democracy like this, you will have a councillors, elected one, you will be having a chairman, you will be having a House of Assembly members, you will be having a governors, you will be having a House of Reps, the senators, the federal ministers, the special advisors, some executive secretaries are in MDGs, MDS, and agencies of Nigeria, all in the name of democracy. You will realize there are board, governing board council, in different agencies and even our institution of education like universities, colleges of education, and federal polytechnics. If it is not democracy, who will give you this opportunity to participate, my dear sister? You are here. When democracy comes, you will have able to witness civil servants earning time to time, upgrading them to discussion of what do we call it, minimum wage. And I believe that you can understand recently when our sitting president mentioning that he will going to pay you a living wage, not a minimum wage. And I believe he will going to fulfill it. Because democracy is all about agreeing and disagreement. When the labor are kicking against what they offer, and when they are trying to make with labor understanding, that is gains of democracy. If it is during the military junta, they will just speak and their word become final. It's like a small god.
You know, if we don't really outline the gains because of the recent development and what we are going through at the moment in our nation, people won't really see. So I like the way you are bringing them out one after another. And I want you to really add to it the role the youth have they've contributed, the role of media and other, add to it so that we can really see the gains that we are seeing.
I will take first of that of media.
Okay.
The media have done everything that you never thought of.
Right.
Who is Hassan Sadona to sit down and be talking without you people? Who is somebody like Hassan Sadona to be called a public analyst? How can I able to discharge my my knowledge? How can I contribute toward gaining the moment of developing Nigeria? Because of media outfit. One must accept and agree. Just something happened recently in Kano State, where all the media outlets refused to attend anything to do with the Kano State government. I think 2-3 days ago, because they have been harassed. And when we are in the democracy setup, a governor or the government is sending or humiliating, what do we call it, a media outfit, then it's something a taboo in this generation. And because of that, they boycotted all their events. And where are they? They have to call for negotiation.
Wow.
So for that reason, media outfit has put a lot of gain. When you go back to military junta, places like Vanguard, Guardian, Tel, Tempo, and others were put to a lot of journalists went to prisons because they were trying to, what do we call, eschew the happening of them, respect the, what do we call it, human rights, freedom to speech and others. Some of the journalists, those feet were some of the outlets were closed down because of that. So if we said media have not contributed toward gaining momentum in this democratic era, we are lying. And then come back to the youth. Youth have done a lot. And in fact, democracy have turned and brought them into governance. You could remember 1999, people like Oji Uzo Kalu, they were in their 30s. People like Ibrahim Saminu Turaki of Jigawa State, they were at 30s. When they became governors, Oji Kalu was Abia, if you remember. People like this senator now from Zamfara State, Abdul Aziz Yari, they were in their 30s when they became a governors. People like Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, former governor, they were at their late 30s when they became a governor. People like a former governor of Niger State, can we say Bago is not part of them? There are very many. Look at people like Edu Beta, the last minister. Look at a lot I can mention. Even the present Nimsi boss and some deputy central bank governor, Aishat from Niger State then. They were all you. Look at Dotijo now, deputy central bank governor from Kaduna State, and others that you can mention. So if you said the youth have not played a role and the democracy are paying them back, we are telling lies. And though we need more of it, because even women, I will not allow you to be the 36%, I be the 30%. Women are participating more than ever. The present First Lady, she is always considering women. The last First Lady also, I can see how they contributed, how immensely they stood firmly to see that women have come into governance. And that's why we said kudos to democracy.
Yeah, kudos to democracy. I agree with you. Really, we have to look away from the pain because we know it will be better for us as the nation and concentrate more on the gains. Now, I want you to quickly talk to us on the proposal for the review of Nigerian Constitution. Yes.
Okay. When someone is talking about review of Nigerian Constitution, have you realized that something went wrong with our present constitution? Yes or no? Yes. If you realize there is a reason, why can't we? Life is all about flexibility. Yes, if there is no flexibility, we cannot be where we are today. So when we understand that the review of that very constitution is very important. Why can't we? There are places where the constitution went silent. There are places where things are not going the way they are. Look, Madam Deborah, I'm an architect of regional government. I'm architect of parliamentary system of governance. I am architect of a good democracy in Nigeria. Democracy is about all what we choose for ourselves, what we want to make Nigeria to look like. It's not about only will of selfish interest. We can't be a self-centered minded and think Nigeria will be the Nigeria that we are dreaming to live for our children and yet unborn grandchildren. So we have to look at what will going to be the best for Nigeria. If it is meant to review, if you have changed one or two things in the governance, you are not doing wrong. It is a reviewing. The reviewing means that is why when you are talking about a civil servant salary, whenever you have 5 or 6 years, the review, it's supposed to be reviewed, their salary. Is it too much? Is it going down? Like Canada, the medical doctors, their salary is too much for them. They even ask for the reduction of the deduction of their salary. That means they are doing well. They are having it right. So why not Nigeria? Are we exceptional from the other protocol of global world? No. So if we are reviewing, be it original, be it not original, where we have made a mistake, where we feel that this is not in order, then we put it away where Nigerians will going to get it right and be happy and feel that democracy come to stay forever.
Okay, yes, because they are giving me signs already. Quickly, before we go, in your final words,
yes.
Let's look at going forward in a world of democracy, what you need to say before we go.
The world of democracy, Nigerians should rally around to support their country and the government. Okay. When it's time for election, we campaign. We might fight like there will be no tomorrow. But once the government with somebody have been declared as the elected person, be from the councillor to the president, let us rally around, contribute our quota, regain the momentum, and then prepare for the next 4 years or whatever time will come. Then we can get a Nigeria of our dreams. And that Nigerians and Nigeria, we should know that, what do we call it? Patriotism is the mother and architect of any success in the world. So we need patriotism from ourselves, not from any other place. Somebody will not come from another world to give Nigeria what it takes, but we are the ones to come together and move Nigeria forward. So,
yes. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you very much.
Mr. Hassan Sudana, for talking to us this morning and for making us see the gains of democracy. We do really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Yes, we have been talking about the gains of democracy with our guest this morning, and he has talked to us a lot. Please, let's look away from the present pain now and focus more on the gains. We have every reason to celebrate this nation, Nigeria, and let's put all our hands on deck to ensure our nation will work. Now the program is Good Morning Abuja. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we'll still have more for you. Don't go anywhere.